Hi, my name is Claudia Quintanilla. I'm a knitwear designer based in Toronto, and today I want to show you how I can embroider in lace. I believe in the past that you couldn't embroider in your mohair sweaters. And for a long time, I couldn't do it, but I have an idea and I thought, oh my God, I'm a genius. I figured it out, but ended it that it's been done in this way for many, many years by the couture industry. So I want to show you today how I achieve a good embroidery in a very, very thin knit, like in a mohair. In this case, I have embroidered this moon in this sweater, and I embroidered in this another sweater that I'm wearing. So I have made a little video that is closer for you to see how I did this. But first, I want to tell you a couple of things, and they're very, very important. Number one, please figure it out where you're going to place your moon. Because if you don't know where you're going to place your drawing, you can end up placing it in the wrong place. Because before I put this moon in here, I put it 2 times in the wrong sleeve. So try to mark it, put your sweater on, and mark where your design is going to go. The another thing is to remember that you're going to need few things. For this project, you don't need a lot of things, but one very important thing that you're going to need for this project is a hoop. And this is even more important. Well, both of them are important, but this is very important too. And this is a paper that allows you to do a little drawing, and it dissolves in water. It's a stabilizer. This stabilizer allows you to do your drawing, and we're going to embroider in tulle. So I'm going to have 3 layers here, 2 layers here. I'm going to have the layer where is my drawing, is my first layer, and my stabilizer, and then the second layer is tulle. When we finish to do our embroidery, we're going to be cutting it close to the edge, and we're going to put this inside water, and the rest of the stabilizer is going to disappear. So I'm going to end it with a small moon like this, then I'm going to be able to embroider directly to my piece, to my sweater. So another thing that you're going to be needing is going to be metallic threads. Again, I have done this in another videos. I highly recommend you the metallic threads by Cosmo because they're really soft and they're really easy to manage. Another good threads are Wonderfeel threads. They're really good because you can actually get just one and you're gonna end it with something a bit smaller. If you like to embroider very, very small details, this one would be good. And you can always take 2 threads if you want to make it look thicker. But anyways, this is the 2 ones that I have here. Is another brands and they could be very good. DNC have their own metallic threads. But again, I really like my Cosmo colors and I stick with the Cosmo a lot. Another thing that you're going to be needing is going to be needles, embroidery needles. And so here I have some embroidery needles, Clover. Remember that it's very important that your needle have an eye that is big enough to fit the thread that you're going to be using. Because if the eye of your needle doesn't fit the thread comfortable, it's going to rake the thread. And another thing that I want you to remember is when you finish to do these projects, make sure that you sew a very tight knot in the back of this moon because metallic thread tend to fall apart very easy and then your whole moon is going to disappear. It's going to unravel. So the way that you secure your embroidery is very, very important in this case. If you want to use crystals or you're going to be putting little beads in this project, you're going to need a needle that is a bit thinner. And so there are a lot of needles in the market that have less of an eye, and that allowed for you to feed any crystals that have very small little holes to put through. So your needle have to have a very, very tiny head. And in this case is where a thread like this has become really important because this Wonderfeel thread is so thin that it will go through a needle like this. During our Cosmo thread, doesn't going to go through a needle so small. So now Without delay, I'm going to show you how I embroider this mood and how I sew it into the sweater. Make this design and embroidery in anything you want. You can actually place it in a pillow, place it in a sack, place it in something that is not needed. You can actually make this type of like a little patch and use it in anything that you think it will look cute. Thanks for listening to the end of this video. I hope that this is being helpful for you. I hope that you can place your moon or any another drawings and anything you like. I do have this pattern. If you're interested in this pattern, I'm going to leave you here a link where you can get everything, all the explanations and all the sizings and all the way that you can make the sweater with the moon. But if you don't going to make the sweater with the moon, I hope that this is helpful to make any another thing that you being wanted to make. Please leave me a little comment, leave me a little like, and please subscribe, and I can keep making these videos and we can all learn together.